Evening, guys, and welcome down to the Keep You in the Loop podcast. We are back after a bit of a hiatus. Today we are joined by a very special guest, Danny from Theme Park Family. How you doing, dude?
Hey, thank you for having me. Yes, I'm excited. It's good. I'm
And
all
of
right. How about yourself?
course, I'm good, but of course, we're joined by Theme Park Insanity's very own Joe. So, how are you, Joe? You okay?
I'm really good, mate. Yeah, can't complain. How are you? You all good?
I'm good, but let's just talk about something that you've just dropped on your website, which is like massive. So
yes, please do.
I go for it.
So I'm sure quite a few of you might have already seen it actually on our page. We have something quite unique and quite special just dropped this evening. But after 2 weeks of teasing it on our page, we officially of interview with the one and only Imascore.
Yeah.
Now, Imascore, for those of you that don't know, are probably one of the biggest music producers within the industry right now. They've created the likes of the Wicker Man soundtrack, the Smiler soundtrack, the entire soundtrack for Fort Park. But the guys have also worked with the likes of Disney and a lot of other big names as well. Now, what we actually did do was we reached out about 2 weeks back and said, just any chance of this actually happening. The guys over at Imascore have been absolutely any way, shape, or form. So if you haven't checked it out already, then you can go to themeparkinsanity.co.uk. That is now officially live on our website, and it does give you some fairly decent insight into the company, the history,
Absolutely.
and kind of who they are and what they're all about. So check it out, guys. You've got to do it. Thank you very much for that.
You're welcome. No, honestly, guys, you don't understand how unique that is to get someone like Imascore to do. Is it Imascore? I think it's Imascore. I'm not sure how they say it. Everyone says it different, right? As long as it's not just me that says it different. Yeah, so I mean, it's incredible insight into one of the biggest growing musical companies in the entertainment industry. Like you said, they've done lots of things for movies as well, for Disney, for all that kind of stuff. So it's massive.
As I said, we feel truly honored to have been given that opportunity, and the fact that they actually said yes and they've worked with us to do that, I feel so deeply honored by that. So if anybody from Imascore is listening to this, thank you all so much for that. I cannot emphasize just how grateful I genuinely am for that. And obviously, as I say, for anybody that hasn't already checked it out, please go do that now. So,
and make sure you subscribe, guys, hit that bell and follow us on all our socials. So let's get stuck into this Keep You in the Loop podcast with Danny from Theme Park Family. Dude, thank you so much for coming on. It's amazing. I mean, our podcast was so fun we did on your channel. That was, if you guys haven't seen that, make sure you check that out after this, but that was so fun.
It was such a shambles. It was such a shambles in my little quiz what I usually do at the end of them all. I just get everything wrong.
People are still telling me the wrong answers for flat rides. It's one of them. But you've just started doing a series with Digital Dan. I just want to cover this quickly because it's like one of the hot topics right now. How did that actually come about? And as everyone's proper excited about it, it's doing really well. I'm really enjoying the little additions that you guys keep adding to that park. I like the little Buzz Lightyear as well that was on there on top of the mine train there. That was cool.
Excellent.
No, pretty much. Dan's been following me forever, and he's like, no, well, he hasn't really. Pretty much. He's, I messaged him and I said, Dan, after the podcast, because he was literally on my podcast, and I said to him, do you want to fancy doing this collaboration? And he's like, oh, I don't know, it's time, because if people who play Planet Coaster know it takes a lot of time.
Oh, hell yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. It takes 6 hours to do a build, and it's ridiculous. So we a few weeks actually for it to actually go ahead and stuff. But eventually he caved in and he says, yeah, let's do it. And ever since, to be fair, we've actually just done a recording now, which is coming out next Sunday, which is it's a good laugh as well. It's good fun.
Excellent.
Yeah, I enjoy it. A lot of people saying, I mean, when you come into our chat during our live streams, a lot of people are saying, oh, I'm really enjoying it. So I just wanted to touch on it a little bit, and it's cool to get a bit of insight how it came about.
Yeah, it kind of, I'm good, but not great. And it's kind of one of these things where you don't want to let the team down, if you know what I mean.
It makes you step up, right? It makes you step up.
It does.
Yeah.
100%.
That's what it's like when I work with Wolf. When I work with Wolf Raging 95 and No Limits, and I have to step my game up because he's just incredible. And if you guys haven't seen his Decade Park promo that I did for him, go and check that out after the podcast. That was so much fun to do that. I was up till 4 a.m. doing that last night. Wow. I was like, I got to get this right. I got to get this right. He was literally finishing the layout for Blue Jay, the new wing coaster there, and then he was sending it over so I could do the promo, and then we were sending it back so he could check that. It was crazy, but it turned out so good. It was like a really cool collaboration.
It's fun though. It is fun.
Yeah,
doing
man.
It, someone else. But yeah.
Uh,
But to be fair though, originally I had my own series anyway, called Planet Coaster Hard Mode, and it's so difficult to try and do a video or a series off that because you have to work with money. So people are getting kind of bored in the content because people want to say, oh, build this wooden roller coaster, or build this RMC, and it's hard because you've not unlocked it
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
So it's really difficult. So I'm glad that I'm actually in this whole series.
Sandbox.
Yeah,
You do what you
Sandbox.
want now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
great.
It's good.
Infinity money.
Yeah, I'm not one for you know, I don't know, even from Roller Coaster Tycoon, like I didn't used to play the scenarios as straight on Roller Coaster Designer, straight on sandbox mode. I didn't really, you know.
I was one of these. I had to unlock everything. I needed to unlock.
Oh yeah, well
everything,
obviously, yeah,
with
you
them.
got the B&M flying coaster, so you can try and recreate air as bad as you can in Roller Coaster Tycoon.
Yeah.
That was something that I used to really enjoy trying to fail
Roller
at.
Coaster Tycoon.
I used to fail at that miserably. But yeah, anyway, should we talk about some of the topics that are going on right now in the wild west of the earth, should we say?
Yes, let's do
So,
it, shall
Universal will be opening in June. Disney will be opening in July. Now, Universal and SeaWorld as well. So, I'm guessing SeaWorld and Universal are opening up to get the jump on Disney. That's why everyone has to wear masks currently when they ride the
That's right.
rides. But Disney will obviously claw it back once they open. What are
100%.
your guys' opinions on this whole situation with the theme parks in America opening? I just want to try and get your kind of take on it, the masks and all that stuff, and then I'm going to tell you guys something that I've heard from Europe, so from Holland, from Lev. Thank you so much, Lev. Lev was supposed to be on tonight, but he couldn't make it. He had to go. He got called into work, so just big shout out to Lev there. Lev Inventions, check him out on YouTube. Fantastic. Makes control panels for ride sims, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, what your guys' take on that situation?
I don't know. I think it's risky. At the same time, you've got these amount of people everywhere, and it's all going well having the masks and the gloves and stuff. But you guarantee someone's not going to have it, or they're going to take the mask off, or they're going to take gloves off, or whatever. I'm just not kind of with it at the moment. I know what they're doing there. They need to keep this industry going, and I feel sorry for the smaller parks
Yeah,
out there. These family parks, and
absolutely.
it's the Merlins and all that. They can all survive, but yeah, I don't know. It's a bit iffy. I don't know. What do you think?
Joe, you go.
Joe's not here.
Joe, where's Joe?
Joe's not here.
Oh,
Joe's not here.
where's Joe gone?
I don't know where he's gone. He seems to have disappeared.
Oh, okay.
Well, pretty much. Yeah. I just I feel. I know that Alton Towers. I know with the British anyway. That they're going to be opening them in. Is it July? I think some people are saying. I think
Yeah.
it's July.
Joe, are you back?
Oh,
Sorry about this, guys. We're using Zoom. Don't usually use Discord, so it's a bit
it's
of
my
it.
fault.
But it
Right.
does break up nicely because Alton Tower, Virtual Towers Online have just said that heads up, we've
Ooh.
just dropped an amazing new Wicker Man cinematic on their YouTube channel. So go and check that out after the stream, or go and check it out really quick and then come back.
Definitely, definitely support him.
Are
Definitely
you
support
are you
him.
back, Joe?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good. I don't know what's going on. My laptop just basically decided it was going to kick me out of the meeting, so I really apologise for that. And
It's
if you-
okay. So all I was asking was, what is your opinion on Universal and Disney opening up and masks on rides and masks in the theme parks and all that kind of stuff? So if you want to try and jump in where we left off.
Of course, yeah, I do apologise.
That's all right.
So I think it's quite a brave move, to be honest. I mean, in terms of obviously
Oh.
preparations and sort of the current death toll over in the US as well, it's 3 times, I think, on average, what the UK was looking at. So, I mean, it's quite a brave move for the US to decide to actually open these parks back up. Now, obviously, as to whether these, sort of measures work that they actually have in place, sort of still begs to be seen. So I think really it's just going to be a case of trial and error to see if this actually is genuinely a good idea. But, in terms of sort of, getting everybody back to the parks and obviously getting that, revenue coming back in, that is obviously a plus. So I think there's a bit of there's a good side to it and a bad side, but in terms of it being a good idea, I have to say I genuinely don't really think it is personally.
Yeah, I totally agree there, Joe. I don't know. It's a hard one. It is, because everyone's been fed up now. Everyone's been doing the proper rules, and they've been staying at home, and now they're getting fed up. And now the weather is just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it
It
is.
really is. It's beautiful.
It's too hot for doing a podcast, anyways. We should be doing this in the garden somewhere. We should be doing this.
God, I wish we could.
We should be doing this outside woodcutters or something, out in the canopy there with a nice cold beer there and talking. That's what we should be doing with this right now. But
can you imagine? Well, I've got some cold water, so that's about as good as it gets.
I got some Lil. That's pretty tropical. So
nice. You need some
But yeah, no, I don't know. I think if they can do it, my argument is if masks and sanitization works now, then why did we have a lockdown?
That is a good point.
Exactly.
That's a very good point.
So yeah, that's how I feel about it. If it works, it works, and it'd be interesting to see the cases. Now, if the cases are just going to keep on dropping off, and we're still allowed to go to theme parks, and we're allowed to go to gyms, and because I actually work in the leisure industry, I work for a company that runs over 15 gyms in my local borough, and I work for the grounds maintenance company for inside that company, and we are in the same boat as theme parks. Really, we don't know what we can do. We have swimming pools, we have gyms, studios, theaters as well. So it's crazy, but I think if they can do it, and the cases still drop, then obviously we're doing something right. And
that is very true. Yeah.
If they go up, obviously we need to kind of stop straight away.
100%.
But I mean, there's other things other than theme parks where people just aren't, taking social distancing. Just doesn't really exist really when you're in a confined space. So
it's things like shopping. It's things like shopping. When you go and try clothes on.
Yeah.
How is that going to go about? Or you need to refund, or you need to send something back. I don't know how that's going to work.
No, I don't. I think people just won't bother trying to queue up in Primark for 5 hours to take a blouse back, right? That's probably not.
Yeah, that is very true.
I mean, if you have to queue up for 6 hours to get in, and then you have to queue up for 3 hours so you can return a tie that didn't quite go with your, with your suit, it's not going to. Because it sounds stupid but that's what people used to do before this lockdown. So do you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's a crazy situation. Now, from what I've heard from Lev, Efteling and Wallaby Holland have done a fantastic job where you have to pre-book your tickets. You get a time slot where you have to turn up to the park, and if you turn up late for that time slot, you're not allowed in. This doesn't mean you're only in from like 10 till 12. It means you're in 10 and you're in all day, but you're already dispersed in the park. Obviously, a lot of outdoor space. Now, that's my argument with Alton Towers. Alton Towers is massive. So unless you're in a queue line, or you're getting food, or you buy the ice cream truck or whatever, you're not really, you can socially distance. If you try and make a point of staying away, not like really be next to each other, then it could work. Obviously, if you wear masks as well.
Yeah, there's obviously certain rides, such as like the Wicker Man.
Yeah.
Got the pre-show, and obviously the Hex and stuff. They will all be clearly closed.
But that's the point I'm onto with Wallaby Holland. They had virtual queuing, so you, from what I understand, is they gave you a time. Same way to give you a time to actually enter the park. Now, this is actually from someone who has witnessed this firsthand, from Lev, and he said we can mention it. Same at Efteling. They gave you a time. You turned up. He said he queued up for 2 minutes, and that was just because they were batching the trains with groups. So if your group was 4, it'd be 4, and then gap, and then the next group. If it was 2, it'd be you and your person. Gap, next 2. That was on Untamed, for example. So it's 2 per row. Lost Gravity was 1 either corner of the car. He also went to Efteling, and he said that Baron was the same. It was 1 every so often. So they are finding ways around it. And because they're only letting so many people in the park at a certain time, and keeping capacity down, it's like a quiet day. Exactly. But obviously, it's going to take a lot of trial and error to get the capacities right, what they can manage, what they can't manage. So it's going to take time. Now, what I like about Alton Towers being closed at the moment is that they're going to learn from all this data. So when they do open, and they're an industry leader, Alton Towers, when they open, they're going to open in the right way. I feel that they could do it in this country. And I mean, we've just been given the go-ahead now where we can sit in people's gardens. 6 people can be, from different families and stuff from today's coronavirus thingy.
Which is a great move forward as well.
Yeah. So in a space like Alton Towers, I think it could work. Now, America, like you say, is another thing. Your dog there in the background.
All right, I'm so sorry about
It's
that.
fine. It's fine.
my
Sure,
God.
it's not wolf raging.
It's Wolf raging.
He disagrees. The dog disagrees.
Yeah. But America, like you say, Joe, has had such a high death toll. But there's so many people. There's so many different variables in this. But I think if parks feel like they can do it safe, one of my ideas was for the person who stands at the front. Let's use Nemesis as an example. The person who loads you into the queue. So there's always a person at the top, right next to the sign, who loads you into the queue. And then there's always somebody afterwards who is in the station area. Now, if they had sanitization at the start, when you go into the queue line, then obviously you can sanitize there. And then if they have enough per train, when you come off on the other side per ride, and people force you to sanitize that you can't go out of this area until you've sanitized your hands, that could probably work. But are they going to do that for like Oblivion, which has 1 million cars, 1 million seats per train, and then like there are bigger hype. But I think to your point, Hex and Wicker Man pre-shows, I can't see that happening unless you're in a group of like 8. I don't know. But I think
sorry.
I think that go on.
Sorry, mate. I think you'd have to kind of spread out right into the edges of the room, wouldn't you? And kind of sort of like stand, like 2 meters apart that way. But even then, that's a bit risky. So.
Well, you're supposed to look up at a screen and be quiet, but people can't even do that in Hex. So I mean,
they just cut away.
Not being funny, right? But
no,
the amount of times I've heard the story behind me being said wrong is ridiculous.
I love that ride.
Yeah, it's great ride.
I do.
Fantastic. But yeah, no, I think if parks feel like they can do it safe and the data shows that they are doing it safe, then we should continue to do it. Keep it as the new normal going forward, and then hopefully in a year, like 5, 6, 7 months time, it starts to lay off. We don't have to wear masks anymore or anything like that. So
that's gonna be weird though, isn't it? Walking around with masks and stuff in the theme parks. It's all. I know it's the new norm now.
Yeah.
And everything. And
well, it's not yet, is it? For us in the UK, it's not.
It's not.
No one's really wearing them. I mean, I go to Tesco's every week and no one's wearing a mask,
Although, did you see on the Blackpool website?
Oh God!
It says at the bottom of it, not for medical reasons, not for medical purposes. It's like the fashion. It's a fashion statement. So yeah,
it's gonna. You give it 2 weeks, and North Face will have one out. Nike will have one out. Adidas will have one out. They'll all have them out.
I'm surprised I don't already.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I'm even thinking of doing a CoasterGen one. Sod it. Why not jump on the bandwagon? Let's sell some masks.
I thought about doing a TPI once. To be fair, I might even do that.
Do it.
I don't know. I would rather not. If it's mandatory, then as long as I get to ride a coaster and then get to go home safe, that's fine. If it's not mandatory, I won't be wearing one. So.
Completely agree. I think
that's it. And if it is mandatory, then parks should supply them. They shouldn't expect people to,
I agree.
have to pay for it. If it's a government legislation or a government thing, then parks should have to provide them. We're only talking about theme parks here.
But do you feel safe though, someone handing you a mask because you don't know what they've done? Do you get what I mean?
It would be sterilized. It would be in a packet, wouldn't it, if they did do?
Yeah, it'd have to be like in a plastic wrap or like cellophane wrap so that nobody else had touched it.
Wouldn't be open because the ones that you get now are actually in a packet.
Yeah.
But I definitely agree with the whole virtual queue. They used to do that years ago. I remember that when I used to work at Alton Towers back in the days. You used to go there with your park ticket. You used to scan it near Galactica or Air at the time. It used to give you a time. So yeah, old school.
Really? That long ago?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, with your actual ticket?
Yeah, you used to get your ticket. You used to scan it in, and it used to give you a time.
But you used to leave it on the back of your ticket or something?
No. It used to print out a ticket.
Oh, so it was like the fast track then.
Yes, old school. Yeah.
Ah, so a bit like they do at Disney then. In that case, where you sort of like press the finger and it prints off a ticket.
Prints off a ticket for you. Yeah.
Fast pass. Yeah.
That's cool. Well, that's
and
good.
Obviously they realised that you can make money from this, so that's why they stopped it.
Yeah.
Enough surprise.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's Merlin, right? So they're going to make a buck if they can make a buck. Nothing against the company, but they like to make money out of.
They even pay you for pay bricks. To put your name on there. I've one of them people, unfortunately. Yeah, I bought a brick.
I've still not done it, but I'm debating doing it. To be fair, I think it'd be quite nice to put my little mark on the park. So yeah.
Well, cheap little plug, if you don't mind. The competition for the Alton Towers next roller coaster, that is actually the prize, guys, is your name at the entrance on one of them mark on the park bricks. So so we've had 3 submissions so far, and you can get them in by the 3rd of June. There's links everywhere for it, but if you go to our website and go to the Creative Lounge, click on Submit, it will give you the submission form, and you can submit your No Limits 2 creations there. But I just wanted to mention that because we were just talking about it. So have you guys seen Cedar Point teasing this new train thing on Twitter at all?
I haven't. What is this?
So quickly go on Cedar Point's Twitter and have a look. So that basically keeps showing little bits out of this envelope. Now, to me, it looks like a new Millennium Force train, bronze with wood finish. That's what I'm seeing on it. What are you seeing, Joe?
To be honest with you, I get the same sort of impression. Yeah, it definitely looks like Millennium Force from the actual pictures.
Well, I thought it was Vekoma at first. When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's dead sharp, Vekoma."
Yeah.
But then when he actually said like what it actually says on the envelope, I was like, "No, I think it's Millennium Force trains."
Yeah. And it would make sense to obviously mark the occasion of their 150th, anniversary to actually, sort of actually have that happen, because it'd be a nice little way to celebrate it. But I was kind of hoping it'd be something new. I was so hoping it'd be a new coaster, especially with them sort of teasing all this, sort of previous, quite a while back as well, about the 500-foot coaster. But yeah, it's always nice.
500, yeah, that's same reaction to you, Dan, to be honest with you.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. So, guys, get your questions in, because we are going to turn to the chat in about 5 minutes' time to get your questions in for Danny, for us, for Joe, for whoever you want. I want to ask a question, feel free. Go ahead and we'll have a look through the chat and see what you've got.
Indeed.
B&M's supposedly new surf coaster. What do you think about this? Have you guys seen this?
I haven't. I really need to start researching stuff,
You need to follow CoasterGen. That's what you need to do, because we share everything. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the sort of supposed design. It almost looks like they've got rails above and below the train.
Yeah.
Quite bizarre, to be honest. I don't quite understand how that one's going to work. And it almost looks like you're standing up on it as well, from the sort of the way that the seats are put. So it's an interesting looking ride for sure, if that is actually genuinely the case.
Well, we were talking about this on Facebook, weren't we, Joe, for a good week or so? And I was like, I've just seen this. I don't know if I should show it anybody yet, but it was a very early picture of what you guys would eventually have seen on social media. And everyone was saying it's fake. It's just the flying coaster imagery.
It was the invert, wasn't it? I think.
Was it the invert?
I think it might. Well, I don't know. It's one of them anyway.
But people are saying it's a stand-up. What are they saying? A stand-up wing coaster or something? People are saying it is now, and all kinds of things. So it's crazy what's going on with it. But it'd be interesting to see what they actually do.
What coaster is this? I can't. What is it? The one with the blue seats?
It's the one that was supposed to be opening up at SeaWorld Orlando in 2021, I believe.
Well, not Icebreaker. Sorry, not Icebreaker.
No, not Icebreaker. It's basically the one that was supposed to come after that. I don't know if it's been put back now, but it does look interesting, I've got to admit, and I'm intrigued to find out more about it. So, yeah.
So, we just touched on Alton Towers before, but did you guys see the new social distancing measures that they're putting in place at the park? So, like circular things and stuff like that. What's this? We've moved your meeting up to 40-minute time limit. What? All right, thank you.
I just had something about that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys here? Yeah, you still here? Hello.
Yeah, we're still good.
I'm still here. Yeah.
All right, that's cool then. Carry on. So, Alton Towers released and Merlin released their thing saying that how they're going to keep people safe. Did you guys catch that?
I saw bits and bobs of it with the, with the stickers on the floor or whatnot. Yeah, it's obviously mandatory, and it's going to be everywhere though. And I think like you say, it's a good idea. Whether people stick to it or not is a different matter.
Very true.
What's interesting is though with that is that they've had staff back in the park, which is a really good sign for the company.
Extremely.
And good for the staff as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because like you know yourself working there, it's a seasonal job. Now these people would have been relying on getting this job for this year, for the main source of income. So if they are in there, shout out to them working through this as well. If they're in there sorting that out, trying to make our visit better for when we eventually turn up. But Indiana Beach retracking Who's a Hurricane. Have you guys seen that as well? We've been sharing that quite a bit.
Certainly have.
I'm on your Twitter page now, and
Yeah.
I don't see it.
That's on our.
Are you
So
lying to me, Luke?
so our Facebook page is all about.
Was it on your Facebook? Oh, right.
all
Sorry.
about news, right? Our Facebook page is all about news and latest updates. Our Twitter is to do with our content mainly, and our YouTube obviously is our content. So yeah, it's it's one of them. But the Facebook has always been a news outlet for what's going on in the theme park industry across the globe, not just the UK, not Europe, but across the globe. And we've always tried to push that. So I would encourage everyone who's listening to this, go and follow our, go and give our Facebook page a like. Go and like Joe's Facebook page as well, Theme Park Insanity, because we work hand in hand in trying to get the best news to you guys as quick as possible with the most detailed and the most accurate reporting that we can. We wait for things to be confirmed before we post them. So it's a big thing.
Don't come for me. Don't come for me for information. I'm useless at that.
To be fair, I'm not much better at times, but there we go.
No, I mean, we missed the Alton Towers by quite a mark when it was announced.
We did, sadly.
Never mind. We win some, we lose some.
We got that.
Yeah, Indiana Beach doesn't have much info on the retrack. No, they don't. They've just literally stripped the rails off the drop on Who's a Hurricane, and they're going to be retracking it, which is fantastic because not 3 months ago the park was going to, it was closed completely. It was going to shut down. So this is amazing. It sounds to me like the new investors are putting money back into the park, into its core elements, which is the roller coasters. Obviously, that's what draws the money, what draws attention. So it's
exactly
just an all-round good thing for Indiana Beach, and I'm really happy for them. And I wish them all the best, to be honest with you. And I can't wait to visit. I really want to go there. I really do want to go there.
I think we need a bit of a joint road trip at some point. What do you reckon?
That sounds amazing. That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
And a big shout out as well to Indiana Beach. Is it History? I think it's Indiana Beach History Group on Facebook. Them guys have been like on it from the start. Petitions, the lot. So guys, go and give them go and join their group on Facebook, Indiana Beach History. I think it's Wolf, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know you're in the chat, but if you can just put a link in for the group, that'd be awesome. Because you keep up to date, like, daily. You keep up to date with what's going on. So if you want to follow the retrack of the Who's a Hurricane, it's a great place to go. All right, so should we say hello to the chat then, considering this is live?
Yeah. I think we should.
All right, so we've got quite a lot of people. Thrill Seeks has been talking a lot. So, hello, Thrill Seeks. Behemoth, obviously. Squarebox Gamer, Mr. Cool Cola Roaster. I always get your name wrong. Gav has been in. He's been in. Gav's been in. I think the measures will work. If people stick to the rules, yes, it will cause delays, but I suppose if people are dedicated enough, they will go with it. Ben says hi. Any questions? That was from Gav, by the way.
Cool.
I like Gav. Gav's an nice bloke. He's a sound guy. Really is.
We just put our mark on the park as well, and on the Wicker Man.
Oh, have you done it?
Yeah.
Done it? Oh, nice.
From after watching your video, I wanted to do it. So
I was so surprised. It was so nice for him to do that. At the end of the day, and I owe them a lot for that. And I did purchase the Wicker Man. I think the Wicker Man was £15, wasn't it? And then the brick was £2.
Yes, I did. I did both. It was cool. I just want to see CoasterGen written in runes. Is it runes? I think it's called runes. Yeah. Aaron J. Gilmore says, I'm wearing my mask and I'm taking my own to the park. Fair enough. That you know where it's been. That's probably, I know, but
good idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, if you feel that that's going to keep you safer, then that's exactly what you should do. Alton Towers staff should have full PPE. Absolutely, for us leaks. Virtual Towers Online. I've just put a new video on. Yes, we did plug that earlier. Have you heard that M&D's in Scotland has come out of administration from Ben King?
Oh,
no,
wonderful.
No, Ben, I haven't, but thank you so much for that. That is literally like breaking news, I think. That's pretty... I've not heard about it all day.
Yeah, likewise.
That's great. Yeah.
That's fantastic
cool.
news.
All right, Dan, so I got a few questions for you then.
Yeah.
Considering we've covered the topics of what's going on now, let's talk about you and your channel and how it all came about. So how did Theme Park Family come to exist then, dude?
To be fair, it was actually my missus. When we was, when was it? Was it not last year? Yeah, it was the year before, 2018. Went to Florida. Fantastic. Celebrated my birthday out there, which was great. Yeah. And she got me one of them. She's gonna hate me for this if she hears this. Them cheap GoPros, them like 40 quid ones where the quality is like I'm back in the 80s.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I got one of them. Not a proper GoPro, but you know, it was a nice thought and stuff.
an
So
action camera.
that's the one.
with about 900 different combinations of harnesses that you get, like,
Action
and then
cam.
yeah, and but you get like loads of like grips with it and stuff as well,
You
though,
do.
right in the right, yeah,
Yeah.
same way. I know what you mean.
But yeah, so she pretty much got me the idea. So I was getting some POVs from it, or I thought, you know, thought nothing of it. And then I went to see my friend, and my friend went, you know what, Danny, you're quite outgoing. You like your theme parks and stuff. You've even worked at a theme park, so why don't you like do a YouTube channel? And I was like, YouTube's for kids, man. I don't even do that, man. I got a proper job. I'm all right. And all my kids are like, you know, I want to be a YouTuber. It's like, shut up, yeah, you know, get a proper job. And
Finish college.
Yeah. So that's pretty much, my friend was saying to me, like, you know, do it. And I was like, I'll give it a go, see what happens. So I brought all the equipment before I even started, which was stupid enough anyway.
Oh no, actually, no, it's not, because I mean, I started off with literally nothing, and I was just like, all right, okay, I'm gonna have to buy a new camera now. I know a new camera, because that one wasn't very good. But I mean, at least you got the jump on the equipment. I mean, that is one of the things that.
Well, I felt like I was 10 years behind. So I felt like I needed to get all the equipment so it looked good, then the sound quality.
Absolutely.
So I had to buy all the different mics.
Mhm.
So I did all that, and before you know it, I did my first vlog. In fact, a year from Sunday, we're actually celebrating our first birthday.
Wow.
This Sunday, I know. So at Fantasyland was our first vlog, and
Nice.
I loved it. I genuinely loved it because I did filming and editing and stuff at Universal at university.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Very much.
I genuinely loved it. I love the editing, if you want my honest opinion.
Yeah, man.
And I wanted it a bit different as well. Like, you've got other YouTubers out there who just like they vlog and then they kind of go around the houses about it, or it just not just their style. It's fairly long, as mine is quite choppy.
Yeah.
And I was getting a lot of feedback saying to people, because I think my first one was about 40 minutes, and someone said to me, Danny, you know what? Just chop it right down by 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people like kind of sometimes lose interest in about the first 10, 15 minutes. So I literally was like, right, okay, then took his advice, and a lot of people were saying, you know what, that's spot on now. 20 minutes is 25 minutes is spot on. So
Yeah.
that's kind of my, and I chop it all up now, make it all different, put music in the background and everything. But yeah, so, and then the rest is really history and stuff. So yeah, that's what I know.
That's good, man. It's an interesting story. I mean, it was the same for me in the sense that I told you on your podcast that I had a golf channel, so I was pretty confident in front of the camera, talking to the camera, and then it was just transferring into something that I really love and that I know that I should be talking about, and that is theme parks. So when we did the vlog this year, which was actually our first vlog on the channel, from Blackpool, it was just amazing. It did so well in numbers, and everybody appreciated it. So me and Joe were like, right, let's go here, let's go there, let's do everything. And then all of a sudden it's just like, nope, you can't do that. So you're gonna have to hold off on that. Okay, all right. So I better start building rides again in No Limits and Planet Coaster. So that's what we had to do, and we did the podcast. We carried on the podcast from it. It's sad.
Yeah, go on.
It's fine. Well,
No, I was about to say, like, this whole podcast, I actually did it in December. That's when it first. This was before the lockdown. So already when they announced that the parks were like closing, I kind of thought I'm okay at the moment because now I have this podcast on Friday, so that can survive me, you know. So, but the gaming and everything is all new, and it was only by chance that I was watching your rides. I can't think which one it was now, what you was on. But anyway, I think it was like Smile or something. And I thought, you know, I'm going to give this a go. Stick the camera on. Try and make it as funny as possible.
Yeah.
which
isn't hard with ride sims, to be honest with you.
I stress out big time. I'm literally I have to cut a lot of swearing out because I'm getting really frustrated with it. But no, it's because of you. I kind of got into
like beeping.
That's really
cool. But so thanks for you, mate. You know, to be fair, to get into my gaming, if you want my opinion, that's the truth.
You're welcome. It's strange for someone to say that to me. You know, I'm obviously so passionate about No Limits and ride sims and Planet Coaster, RCT, any simulation game, any game. To be honest with you, I've been a gamer all my life, and it's just fantastic to hear that we gave you a bit of inspiration for your channel. That is it. That's pinnacle. When someone says that, you know, you've inspired them to do something, that's it. That's it in life. You can't really get higher than that. That's the one.
That's
Which
amazing.
is awesome.
Really
and,
is.
And I must
obviously-
admit, the community's been absolutely incredible through this
Oh, yeah.
entire lockdown. It's got so
Oh,
tight.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's insane. It really has. So thank you, everyone who's watched. Yes. And
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
even like
definitely.
working with you, Joe, as well. Like it's just
Oh,
been it's
cheers.
been awesome. Like since I messaged you that first time, like, yo, where you coming from? you're just taking over. I was like, dude, your stuff's really good on Facebook. Like I've not seen anybody with that kind of urge to give people the right information for a long
very
time.
much.
It's just all been sharing, and you just come along, bam. I was like, wow. I know a lot about Flamingo
Thanks very
Land all of a
much.
sudden.
So I've educated you. It's all good.
yeah. I mean, we were supposed to be going, weren't we? But
We were, sadly. I
yeah.
mean, as soon as that park reopens, we need to get up there as soon as possible.
Yeah, if
so
I
that-
can get there, then honestly, mate, I'll be there. Like,
I
you
love
know.
Flamingo
100%.
Land. I love it. I love the
Oh,
Flamingo.
it's an
Yeah.
amazing place. But, likewise to you as well, Luke. You've been amazing. We've done so much great, sort of content together. Obviously, that trip to Blackpool was fantastic. I really hope that, going forward, we can get as many of those in again as possible.
Yeah.
And, sort of having you to kind of work alongside has made such a difference for me as well. So, from myself, thank you very much for that too. You've been
welcome.
amazing.
You're welcome. Honestly, guys, don't need to.
Oh, group hug.
Blushing, I'm blushing.
Hey,
Yeah,
virtual
group
hug.
hug. Yeah, it's nice to have good, positive things being said.
It is.
Yes, it really is. I think
For
we need it
anyone.
this time, to be fair.
Yeah. All right. Speaking about positive things, right, Dan? Tell us, how did you come to get probably one of the most looked at jobs in the industry from an enthusiast standpoint, which was to operate the Beast Nemesis. At Alton
Still
Towers.
untamable. Well, yeah, I was originally a ride host. Loved it. Absolutely. We've had some right laughs. And then it kind of gets a bit boring after you do the first season. You think, I've got the second season to do. I really want to up my game here and actually operate the bad boy. So, I applied for it and I did the whole exam because you have to take an exam.
What was that like?
Oh, wow.
Talk us through that.
Yeah, it's multiple choices pretty much, and I think you've got something like 16 to 20 pages or something like that. And yeah, if you, I think it's quite a high pass. You have to get quite high. I think is it 97? If you get even one wrong, yeah, it's game over. So yeah, I got that, and then I moved to operating onto obviously other rides as well around the area. But yeah, Nemesis itself, come on, let's be honest, mate, it is.
Oh, it's an absolute
fun.
legend.
It's a beast.
It's
a
like
beast.
I remember. You remember? I don't know if I should really say this, but yeah, no, what's the fit? When they had is it not Final Fantasy? Is it what's the one where they can see in the past, in the future?
Oh,
Final Destination.
Final
That was
Final
Destination.
Destination, yeah.
Yeah.
And they had that roller coaster one.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Number
Yeah.
3.
So yeah, number 3. When that came out, and everyone was freaking out about, because obviously a roller coaster unfortunately crashes and stuff, but it's all in their heads.
Yeah.
So I usually stood there operating it, staring at the wheel as it's being dispatched.
But what, looking out for cameras,
Oh,
looking out for
no.
the camera straps coming down.
All the faces are like going, "What's he looking at? What's he looking?"
That's not supposed to
I'm waving.
happen. Ah!
I
As I
spy
read
with my allies something beginning with L. Loose rivet.
Random bolt.
Yeah, random bolt.
Random bolt.
I'm surprised you didn't start dropping them out your pocket.
It's like to go out the station, like just hold up a bolt and goes, wait, no,
That's
no.
a new dispatch sound I've not heard on Nemesis before, I'll be honest with you.
But yeah,
Please
it
tied
was,
onto your shit. There's your harness in front of you.
Yeah.
But we've done stupid things like before, where we've got loads of cups and we've filled them all up with water. Everyone's holding like 2 cups in their hands full of water. Whoever has the most gets another ride straight away. And I mean, the station is absolutely soaking and stuff. Everyone's wet and everything. Oh, it's so much fun. Oh gosh. And then obviously people in the Rita area heard about this. They're like, oh, what's Danny's doing this random thing on Nemesis? We should do it. And they did it on Rita, mate. Yeah, gosh, that was a mess.
I bet all the cups came out your hand on that break run, right?
Literally literally. Until the boss walks in, he's like, what's going on here then? I was like, nothing.
Now we know
Sick.
why there was a tub of beans on top of the swarm net at Fort Park. Like that. This is exactly why. It wasn't guests, it was staff probably. Trying to eat KFC as they go around.
Crazy stuff. We used to do that on
Brilliant.
Galactica when we used to operate Nemesis, Galactica or Air at the time, and
Yeah.
people used to be sick all the time.
Oh yeah.
And we used to literally point and go, "Oh, is that KFC?" Because back in the days, that KFC and McDonald's. And it was
Yeah.
like, oh, was that,
They have Burger King as well, right?
Yes, they did have Burger King. Yes, because it's where.
It's next to the Blade, wasn't it? And there was one near.
No, Burger King wasn't there.
That's
McDonald's was there.
McDonald's, yeah.
Yeah, Burger King was near. Oh,
Flume.
near where the 3D. Yes.
Yeah. It was near the Flume, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I missed that place. It was such a. Yeah, it was good. Jewel was really boring to operate though. Jewel. Oh my gosh. It was
So
just
how
in
many?
dark-
So what did you operate then? Let's go through what you operated with.
I operated Ripsaw, Galactica.
Wow.
Or Air. I keep saying Galactica. Nemesis.
Galactic Air.
Blade.
It's called Galactic Air. That's
Oh
what
yeah, we'll
that
just
is.
call it GA.
You say you operated Ripsaw. I've got one question for you then.
Yeah.
Could it cut it?
Yeah.
Did it cut it?
That's it, and off it went.
Couldn't resist.
Well, to be fair, do you know why they got rid of that? Because it wasn't waterproof. Everyone could get electric shocks from it. There you go. There's some inside information.
Wow.
Yeah, it was,
Seriously?
yeah, the panel on the left-hand side. They couldn't cover it because you needed to release the harnesses. So obviously that's where we got told off a lot. You can't wet people a lot. That's why.
So why? Oh, okay. So is that why they wet you a lot on Ramesses' Revenge then? Or they did wet you a lot on that because that was probably more
Waterproof.
suited for it.
Yes,
Considering it had a pool around it.
I don't know where the panel was on that particular ride, but I know that on Nemesis, on Ripsaw, it was right next to it.
Wow.
But mate, we used to drown people in it. Oh, it was great fun.
I've got in the early days. I'm gonna say you probably was opting when I was on it because I used to get soaked on that thing. I loved that thing. Like when it tried to do the 3.5 spins, I was like, go. Never mind.
It's great.
Yeah.
We used to.
so much.
If it was really quiet and stuff, we used to put people on like 3 programs. And then when you get staff on as well,
Yeah.
we used to staff used to come like, oh, Donny, it's like, you're right, mate, getting them harnessed in, and then we used to get a bucket of water before the even ride started.
Sludge it
all over it.
God.
Good times.
That's fantastic. So
Really is.
so you did Ripsaw, Jewel, Nemesis, Air. What was Air like?
Air is
what...
really difficult to operate. It takes 2 people to operate, believe it or not, because obviously you've got 2 stations and they have to go off each other. So
I've always heard that the communication is key on that ride. Like
100%, yeah.
with what's going on?
Because it's not just you have the operator and then you have what they call a sub-op, which is the one who deals with all the harnesses, who's right at the back.
Right.
And they've got a little panel. They've got a little panel there. I don't know if you've seen it before.
I've heard them call out. I've been called
They
out
call
on
the-
so many times. Yeah.
But
on
yeah, that
ride.
person, when you're hearing the call out, is from the operator to the sub-op.
Right.
So he can on his panel to see which leg flaps or harnesses are unlocked.
Ah,
Yes.
That's really cool.
Okay.
that is really cool.
Have you ever had any like crazy moments up in not in stories, but I mean like story obviously, but like any crazy situations where you've been up in and it's been like touch and go kind of thing with the ride? Like can you talk about any situations?
We've had a bomb scare, believe it or not.
Oh, that'll do.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll do.
And to be fair, I was operating Nemesis at the time, and I get a phone call. Well, it's of the A phone. I don't know if some people who don't know what it is. It's what connects from the queue line to the station.
Right.
It's
Okay.
like a phone. So you picked it up and you went, "You're right," and the member of staff's like, "Yeah. Someone's saying that there's a bomb in the queue line." I had to repeat it 3 times because that's what we have to do. If anything, what sounds dodgy, you have to say it 3 times so there's no loss in communication.
Right.
So I went, okay. So we shut everything down. At this time, though, I've already got someone on the left hill. The train is already going on the left. So at that time, we're evacuating the queue line. We also evacuate the whole of Forbidden Valley in less than 6 minutes.
Wow.
I got
is
an
incredible.
award for that. Yes.
Right.
That was crazy. That was it. Lucky enough, it was a false one. Someone just obviously left their rucksack by accident.
Right.
But,
Did you have to
Silly
call
people.
bomb disposal in or?
yeah, they had the
Yeah,
police
yeah.
and everything, mate. What irritated me the most was everyone was on their break. Everyone, because where the them double gates are,
Yeah.
Yeah.
where
bottom.
Galactica is. Well, on the left hand side that's where the staff room is.
Hmm.
So we're in there now. Every if you're going to restart the ride, all you hear is like a massive horn off Nemesis.
Yeah, I've heard
I'm
that from the car park. I think.
Yeah, I'm in charge of Nemesis at that time, so I hear it go off, and I'm like, "Hang about, who's doing that? It should be me who's doing that." So I go down there, and they're restarting it. And I was really angry because my staff were quite shook up
Yeah.
because they had this like
Obviously.
bonus.
Yeah,
know what I mean?
obviously. Yeah.
There would be, yeah.
So I closed that entire ride due to my staff not being fit for it. Yeah.
Goodness me.
Wow. That's crazy, man. So how many years did you do Alton Towers then? Have you done any other theme parks or?
No.
Just
only
Towers?
only Towers. Yes.
So how many years did you do there?
I did 3 years. I
3
would go
years.
back, but like I say, it's quite far away. The money's the money's not great. It's
No,
if you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it for the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's more for the love than for the financial gain.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you was
And
to
I-
give anyone advice now who's listening who wants to be a ride op, what would you say to them?
Do it 100. Don't be scared of the massive, the sheets of paper they give you and you have to revise for it. It all comes to you eventually when you're actually operating it at the time. The managers are really helpful as well. They will go through everything if you're stuck, and just practice and talk to people as well. Don't try and think that you're going to do this all by yourself. If you're struggling on something, do it. And it's not just the operating side of it all as well. It's the whole. If you want to be a host or even work out hours, just do it because it is a fantastic place to work.
Yeah.
It really is. I loved it.
It definitely does look. I mean, everybody there, everybody you see, whether obviously they're putting it on or not, they all look genuinely happy in their jobs, which is definitely what you want to see when you visit in a park. I mean, I've been to some other parks myself where the staff look less than happy to be there, but Alton Towers, everybody, the whole atmosphere just feels, like effectively like it's on fire. It's just everybody just so chuffed to be there, so it's great.
It was funny though when we had the fireworks, because obviously all that area is all closed up because everyone's watching the fireworks.
Yeah.
And when you hear the big the finale, and obviously they open the gates for everyone to come through
Zombie apocalypse.
All you literally is all you can hear is like thousands of people rushing towards Nemesis.
Well, I went once with school and people watching the fireworks, and I'd realised that everyone was over there and Nemesis was still running. So I was just looping Nemesis in air that night.
Can't
Probably
do
me
the
actually
same.
back in the days, yeah, mate.
Literally, I stayed in the station. They let me stay. I just hopped seats, and I just hopped seats on air as well, which was fantastic. It was like there was like 5 of us, and we just decided to stay in Forbidden Valley because we saw the fireworks go off. We were walking down by Gloomy Wood, I think it was, and we were like, we've missed it. There's no way we're gonna get a good shot for the fireworks. So let's just go back. Let's just keep riding Nemesis in there. And it was pitch black. It was foggy. Obviously, you got the smoke off the fireworks coming up. You can see the fireworks every so often from over the trees.
Yeah.
Oh man. Wow, it was incredible.
But don't you feel like on the school trips there were pants there? Because it was like you had 3 hours there, and like Nemesis Q was 3 hours, so it was like, oh, that was a great day, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why I stayed by Nemesis. I've got an Oblivion all day, and that was literally like that's it. That Rita, I think maybe did Rita, but yeah, no, it was like I'm staying here, and we were walking back, and someone decided to try and what were we doing? We were doing something with an umbrella. I'm not going to name names, but if they ever do listen, it's hilarious. And someone fancied someone, and the umbrella went into the rapid ride area, and they went in for it and got it. So you could tell we were the only ones on that side of the park because we wouldn't have got away with that otherwise. But yeah, it was
I do think it's dangerous about fireworks. I totally. I think. Have you ever been when it's fireworks?
I've never been.
Have you not been, Joe?
Joe, it's chaos, mate.
Wow.
I'm really hoping that things do open and actually stay open for fireworks this year. Because if they do, I'm 100% there, and if they don't, then I'm there the year after. I wanted to do it last year, I just never got the chance, which I was gutted about. So
self-distancing and fireworks ain't gonna happen, mate. That's
nope.
No,
it's
that's
dangerous.
You'd be better off live
really
streaming it and then paying people to watch it.
Yeah.
Hey, no, why not?
Pay.
It's a
You do that, Luke, and let me know how you get on, mate.
pay-per-view.
You can watch it on YouTube a day after for free. No, but anyway, you were saying about the by not being safe there and fireworks and stuff.
Yeah, it's just I lost my youngest son in the massive crowd of people. It's just so dangerous. Yeah. And there's just no controlling people in that kind of. They just don't care. And
The
you
safest place to be is at the front because you can't go anywhere.
Yes.
That's what I found. I've done at the front. I've done by the frogs, and I've done just in front of where Costa is, and that's the best view. But when you're right at the front, you might miss the lasers and everything. But the fireworks, the view of the actual fireworks you get, which is what you're going for. You're going for a fireworks spectacular.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the best place to be. Obviously, you're the last out because you're at the front, but it's easy to get back towards 13 up to the Dark Forest that way instead of maybe going Forbidden Valley. But I know they open Forbidden Valley up right at the end, so you can get out now at Towers. Did they do that when you were there? I don't think they did they?
No, they didn't. No, but you know that tree on the left-hand side? I know it's going off the track a bit.
Yeah.
You know that tree on there? They need to chop that down.
Yes.
They do. So I've just read on the Sam. I used to know him. He used to work at Alton Towers.
Samuel Worthington.
Yeah.
He said, ask you about operating the mine train earlier.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, this sounds interesting. Let's go.
No,
Choo-choo.
this was really bad. And to be fair, how this doesn't get pulled up, I have no idea. It actually crashed, the runaway mine train. It derailed.
What?
Oh God.
Yeah, no one seems to know about this. And this was in the papers and news and everything.
What year was this?
Yeah, this was years ago. This was 2003, I think it was, Sam, if he's still there. Pretty much. Only after
on air. There's
half of it came through into the station, and I was like, "Where's the other half gone?" So I hit the emergency stop button, and instead of stopping in the station, it rolled back into the lowest bit of the track.
Oh my God! Yeah, it is.
Which is the rapids tunnel. Yeah. And it continued with the rest of the train. Yeah, that was a really big crash. A woman got a lap bar, I think, pierced into it. Yeah. Oh my God, I forgot all about that, Sam. Yeah.
Wow.
How does this never actually get like? Because everybody goes on about Smiler, but no one ever talks about that.
No, yeah, that was a bad one. That was really, because it's a kids ride. Kids was on it.
Yeah, family coaster. Yeah. You know. And it's one of the ones that you feel the safest on because it is that kind of, it's such a happy environment to be in as well, the runaway mine train. It really is. That's crazy. So what happened? Like
pretty much, yeah. Like I said, it rolled, half of it rolled in. I was out, and it should have stopped in the station when you hit your emergency, but it didn't. It kind of rolled back into the ride area again, but in reverse. And like I said, the lowest bit of the track is in the tunnel.
Yeah.
So obviously, the one in the tunnel is like, okay, we're just going to sit out. And the next minute, they see this train coming towards them backwards.
It's powered, though, as well, right?
Yeah. So I don't know what's gone wrong here. And it's just obviously continuity with it. Like,
wow.
So, there was air ambulances. Yeah, it was a bad one. And like I say, no one really talks about that.
No, that's crazy. That's for one, it's good of you to actually mention it because you were there. You know, I appreciate that. But it's you know. Two, compared to what happened with the Smiler, I don't like to talk about the Smiler. I was covering it minute by minute when it happened. I was just literally at my computer, and James was talking to me on I think it was Skype back then. And I was like, "Dude, have you seen what's happened?" He was like, "No." We were watching BBC News, and I was reporting everything that was going on. Like, if you go back on our Facebook page, you can go back on our Facebook page and have a look. We were like, bang on it. It's crazy what happened. And then as soon as we found out what actually happened, that's just a sad event. So did they actually say what happened with the mine train then?
There was just a fault or something there. There was clearly, and I think, you know, where the couple, where the, what's it called? Where it hooks onto the train.
Yeah.
Clearly that's just pulled away from the other train.
Wow, right, okay. So it's just a train.
Can you imagine if you was on that second bit of the train, like, hey, where's the rest of it going?
Roll back on the runaway mine train. You kidding me?
Mate. Like, it was, that was crazy.
That's mad. So what was the? So did you ever op anything like 13 or anything like that? No, you weren't up.
No. I like I said, I left in 2007, 6. I was there when 13 was open. Was I there when 13? No, 13 opened 2010.
Sorry guys, just cutting. I'm just gonna have to nip away from the computer just for 2 seconds. Is that all right?
Yeah, all good, mate.
No, be back in 2 minutes. Cheers.
Oh, amazing. But yeah, I know that Spinball was there when I first was there. Rita was there.
What do you think of Spinball? What do you think of Spinball was there?
I think Spinball would be amazing if it was undercover. Like if it was like in the black hole tent, that would be amazing.
Oh wow, that's a great shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great shout. Yeah, that would be really cool. What was the one like at Fantasyland? I know we're going slightly off subject. I know it's a marathon though, isn't it? It's the same type. What was that like?
I enjoyed that. Have you not been
I remember watching your vlog when you walked into it and you was like, what?
I got lost. I got completely lost. I'm trying to find the entrance.
You got the maps. You got the maps. I was watching it. I was just skipping through it, and but I saw you when you got to the track and you were trying to open your map. You're trying to find out where you're going and all that. And you and your kids, I think, you know, it was like, trying to find your way around. It was quite funny and entertaining to watch that. But
No,
that coaster looks so like, and the drop on that as well looks massive.
Yeah, they've got drop tracks in it as well. It's like it goes. How can I? It's like a seesaw. It will stop,
Right.
like you're going up something, and then it kind of goes into a seesaw, and then you roll back down again. It's weird. It's a good ride. No, it's a really good ride. I enjoyed it. It was good. Fantasyland though is one of them mixed parks. To be fair, I thought it was all right. Yeah, I don't think it's what people make it. What people make out like, oh yeah, it's the best theme park in the world. No, F Telling's that. Yeah,
what did you think?
Sorry, you're right, Park.
What did you think of Taron?
Oh, that. Oh my god, what a ride! Let's be honest. Come on, the theme, and when you even go over that bridge, mate, and you see it there, and the music is kicking in, and you just see this. All you hear is that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Got such an epic.
Oh,
what's that?
Hello.
What do you say? Such an epic.
Such an epic soundtrack as well.
Yeah,
it really has.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it has. I love playing Ride Sims, and when it kicks in, it's like, just one thing. Ride Sims, if you're listening, turn the audio down, please, on Taron. It's like so loud. Like I have my Google mixer on right down at the bottom, and my Streamlabs is like full because I can't hear it, but you guys need to hear it. So it's like really hard to differentiate through the audio and what's going on. So I'm hearing it in my headphones like da, and then you guys hearing it and as I'm trying to talk, it's really difficult. So if you could turn that down, it would be epic. But no, it does sound fantastic, and when it kicks in, man, it brings in some emotion.
Now they bring that boomerang ride as well. Is it Rake? Oh,
Rake, isn't it?
That's
Rake,
it.
yeah. Rake.
How they blended that into the theme of Taron as well. It's like, geez, man. It's like the engineering in that and the whole design is just incredible.
This is going to sound stupid, but it literally is concept art come to life, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
Like you see concept art for rides and you think, it's never going to look like that. And you look at it, wow.
Yeah.
It's almost like a Disney level attraction.
I think it's well better than Disney.
You think?
I think it's its own, its own
level.
thing.
Yeah.
I think now people are going to be trying to follow Taron's footsteps.
Yeah.
I know it's a big statement, but to be fair, let's be honest, I don't think no one would really disagree because it is literally incredible when you first go over that bridge and you just see that rock work and just the whole engineering of the whole. Oh, don't mate, you're making me want to go back now. Right?
So you go
piece of art.
So you go back for Taron, but everything else maybe not.
I say
as
that
much.
People always say to me like you always like slag off Fantasyland, and
it's not slagging off. It's just covering a topic, right?
Yeah, but they've got not Phantom Manor. Oh, what's the drop tower one? Mystery Castle.
I know what you mean.
Mystery Castle.
Mystery Castle. Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible drop tower. I love that. So now some people hate that, but I think it's quite forceful. It's good. There's the rapids. They were good. The runaway mine train. Wow. There's some crazy ass elements in that.
Yeah. Chapas as well.
Yeah, Chapas is. You see, you mentioning all these, and there's me going, yeah, it's pants. But I don't know. It's just, there was no connection. I think that's what it is. There was no connection.
Right. So it was just kind of like you get in one area, you're out that area. You get in another area, you're out that area. But the areas were so close. It was as if Fort Park had more theming per ride. You would argue.
Someone actually mentioned that. Goes, you know what it was, Danny? You probably concentrate too much on your vlogging than actually seeing, because it was my first ever vlog.
Possibly.
So I was concentrating more, making sure I got the right camera angles and saying this and saying that, than actually appreciating the park.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe if you went back and didn't film and then you filmed after it, you probably appreciate it a little bit more. Yeah. Maybe. That is. I know when I got to somewhere new, like when I went to Vegas, we walked around before I even tried to film anything. Really? So, so I knew where I was going basically. So yeah, there's a little bit of advice for you guys. If you're gonna do some theme park vlogs, just make sure you walk around, take it in. Think about what you want to actually show, what you're going to talk about, and then bam, go for it. Don't try and do it off the cuff because it does sometimes go horribly wrong. Sometimes it goes amazing because you go horribly wrong. Yeah. But YouTube likes bloopers, right? It's one of them. It's one of them platforms where you can get away with bloopers.
Yes.
But yeah. So forgotten here now.
I'm just seeing 306. He's saying hello, Danny. Hello.
Yeah, hello, 306. Yes, Ben, I do have Peach Fanta ordered right now. Yeah, I do have Peach Fanta ordered. That is correct.
Nice.
Peach Fanta.
Yeah.
Got yourself crate.
Pretty much. Wasn't cheap, but pretty much. Yeah, I know. I really want some. I'm missing Burger King being open. Replace went twice for Ultimate Fireworks last year. What's this going on here? What's going on in the chat? Dave was operating 2006. It was. That's what Samuel said.
Yeah, 2006. Then it was. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. So, if you could ride up any ride, then, let's say Europe. So UK and Europe. Not well. Okay, no. Let's go worldwide. Any ride in the world. What would you want to do?
I don't know. That's a really tough one.
I know.
Because would I do a coaster or would I do a dark ride? That's the question.
Well, you said Jill was boring.
Yeah, but I bet Forbidden Journey at Universal's good.
That'd be cool.
I don't know. It's a really tough one. I'd probably say my favorite coaster in the world, what I've ridden, is Wodem at Europa Park.
You've been to Europa then?
Yeah, I love Europa Park.
Can we talk about Europa a little bit? Because I've never been. Do you want to give us a bit of insight into that? Not been yet. Not been yet.
Have you been, Joe?
Been, yeah. Back in 2002 when Silver Star opened.
I saw your pictures. They look cool.
Yeah.
I saw them on Feedback Insanity.
Barely recognised myself, but there we go.
I barely recognised the train. It looked that different.
I know, exactly. Completely different.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, so go on then, give us some insight into Europa.
Europa Park is absolutely brilliant because it's huge. The park itself, it said it can hold something like, is it something like 18 football pitches? It's ridiculously massive. No, that sounds really less. That doesn't give it any justice. No, it's big anyway. I think you've got over, I think it's like 20 countries what you go around in Europe. Although there is an Africa one, which I'm like, when did Africa become Europe? But they've got some incredible rides. Like they've got Blue Fire, which is great, which is a Mack launch coaster. They've got Arthur, which is a junior dark ride / coaster.
Arthur looks amazing. There's a documentary on YouTube by Europa Park and creation of that ride, so you guys need to check that out if you didn't know that exists. That exists, yeah, from concept art to actually the engineering of the ride. It's incredible. It's a really
they've got this ride called, and you're gonna love this, Luke. It's called Eurosat.
Yeah,
and they've got that one. Yeah, they've got two versions of it though. You've got the normal one where it's got this whole Paris theme. You're going up the Eiffel Tower, and then you drop, and it's a bit like the black hole, pretty much. You're going around with the music and stuff. And then there's another one. Believe it or not, it's still the same track, but you have VR.
Okay.
And it's a weird concept because you first queue up, and then you go upstairs, and then you're in this room. There's about 12 people there, and you get fitted this VR. Not like you're on the ride. You're in the queue line with this VR.
Oh, okay.
Which is really weird. It's got little balls what come out. So obviously there's some kind of receiver there. So wherever you walk, it knows where you are.
Wow.
Yeah, the technology is incredible. It makes Galactica look awful back in the days. But so you are literally walking, and you can see other people there as you're walking because they've all got the VR, and then you kind of go through the door, and you're sticking your arms out because you feel a bit uneasy. You can't physically see.
Yeah.
And then you see the train on your right hand side, and it will put like an arrow in your visor, in your headset, so that this is where you need to go. So you kind of do that whole experience in VR from in the queue line, which is incredible.
That's incredible.
That's mad. When was that? Do you know what year that was? Last year.
Yeah,
so it's a recent VR. So it's like an Oculus Vive. It's like a one of the new Oculus.
I've never experienced anything like it. It blew my mind, to be fair. However, though, it's very hard to find though. If people want to find it, it's like the big the golf ball, where everyone sees it, where the can is. Well, it's just on the right hand side near Silver Star. That's where it is, because it took me about 4 hours to find it.
So is that not Eurosat Can that you were?
That's what I'm saying. That's what's the clever bit about it is it's the same track. Yeah. So it's obviously a switch track for the VRs.
Yeah.
That is really clever.
That is clever. They're definitely on top of the innovation at Europa Park.
The scenery 100%. As well. Oh my gosh. It's like, because we went on Halloween and there was over 200,000 pumpkins all around the park.
So I can barely sort of remember it because obviously I was on a school coach, but realistically, how easy is Europa Park to actually get to then? How would you sort of navigate your way to get there?
Easy. Well, I did a travel vlog about it, and it's pretty much you took a flight from Luton to
Rust.
Switzerland.
Oh,
Yes.
Switzerland, yeah.
No, is it
Right.
It's in Rust, right?
Yes. No. So it was in Switzerland, believe it or not.
Right.
And then you kind of have to come back on yourself to get into Germany through a train.
Right.
Ah.
I know it sounds really weird, but it's so much cheap. I think it cost us about for the
German trains are cheap.
yeah.
Yeah.
What I remember, like
I think the
€5,
whole
and you could just ride the thing for like 4 weeks or something.
Oh wow.
Oh my
God,
gosh,
that-
mate. Jeez.
Yeah,
But yeah, I think it costs less than like 160 quid, including flights or something
it's
ridiculous. like that.
ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
That's
that is-
cheaper than me going to Fort Park from here on the train.
Petrol and stuff.
That is
Yeah.
literally cheaper than that. Yeah.
Like even trains, like £100 to get to Euston from Manchester,
Yeah.
and then you got to get from
And
Euston to Staines.
gosh.
Yeah, it's expensive, and then you got to get from Staines to the park. It's
Well,
yeah, it's not. It's
Well,
not
cheap.
cheap.
At least when we go down, we got my car this time, so
Yes,
it's going to save
that
on
would be
cost,
that would be really nice. Yeah.
which
But don't
is-
you
which
feel
is
like that
really
when you're driving such a long way as well that you get that whole can't be asked to drive back.
You do, but I mean, to be
Well,
fair,
that's
I mean,
when you go
it's
to
that-
Chesington and Legoland, right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah, exactly.
Don't even go down the road. I hate Legoland. I hate it.
I've never been Legoland. I hold my hands up to
No.
that. I've never been to
Don't do it.
Legoland Windsor.
Don't do
Neither
it.
have I.
I want to. I want. I wanna
It
check
took
it
us
out.
an hour and 10 minutes to get out the car park. It was that busy. And the kids even
Christ.
said, like, Dad, are we nearly home yet? I goes, dude, we're not even out the car park yet. It's like, no, it's, I hate Legoland.
Jesus.
Yeah, we'll go on a quiet day, Joe.
Yeah, I think we definitely should. Yeah, I don't fancy waiting an hour and 10 minutes to get out.
I miss Vampire so much at Chesington. I just mentioned the word Chesington. I just miss Vampire so much. I love that ride.
Well, that ride is ridiculously old. It's older than Nemesis.
I
Isn't
know,
it
but I love
30-something
it.
Years?
I love it. It's just amazing,
good
just
ride.
flying through the trees and then flying back through Transylvania over the top. And when it used to be Bubbleworks, it was even better because obviously you had the music playing underneath you. But now it's I've not seen it since it was the Gruffalo, so I'm looking forward to actually seeing the difference.
It's good, actually. The Gruffalo is. It's
Yeah,
good.
I imagine
It's
it.
good
I imagine it would be. They don't really do anything half-assed when they do a project like
No,
that.
that's very
When they
true.
strip something out, and put something new in. Like, the Alton Towers Dungeons. Can we just talk about that? Like,
Let's
Yeah.
please do.
from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to that is how.
Yeah,
It's a
very good.
complete different change in tone, isn't it? From like one extreme to the other.
Yeah, literally. It's like Willy Wonka's found his dark place, you know?
It literally is.
Oh, he already had that anyway, but you know.
It's the boat ride. I couldn't
It's
believe
amazing.
I couldn't believe how dark it was.
Oh, I love
missed
that
it
thing
as
so
well.
much.
Like I've been on the
really is.
London one, the one on South Bank, and I thought that was pretty dark on the boat. But as soon as you set off on that thing on Alton Towers, you just literally forget where you are.
You're in pitch black,
Yeah, it
literally.
is.
Apart
You
from that
can't see.
screaming animatronic above your heads, which
Yeah, and then the blood
Oh,
splattering.
yeah,
Oh,
which always makes me laugh because pretty much, I mean, I've done it several times, but the people that normally I end up in the boat with, because I have to do it by myself, have no idea that's coming. So I know exactly what's coming, and everybody
Yeah.
around me, but like me, just jumps out the skin. It's just so funny. It really
Yeah.
is.
It's like the big rabbit in Blackpool, in Wallace and Gromit.
Oh,
yeah,
Toyland
yeah,
Tours.
like,
Is that what it was called? Toyland Tours before it was Willy Wonka?
Prior to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it was.
yeah.
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 Charlie and Chocolate Factory. Willy Wonka. Keep on Willy Wonka.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that.
Um,
Is
So-
it the boat? Has the boat got the light on the front of it? I can't remember now. Did it?
no, it's pitch
Nah.
black.
There's nothing in there.
It's
at
pitch
all.
I remember doing a vlog and saying that was incredible. That is
Yeah.
brilliant. It's worth every. I think if you've got a Merlin pass as well, it's something like £2.50 to get in it.
Yeah, it is. It's
£2.50 or £5 on
it's
peak, yeah.
crazy. And if you
ridiculous.
go on the way out, like me and James did, then obviously it's the end to your day, and it's a fantastic finish to your day. You go there, then you go shopping after it. It's like, wow, what a way to end the day. It really is. But the last scene in that, the Molly Lee scene, is
Oh, I love that.
phenomenal. The
I
acting,
love that so much.
the actor that we had was like Broadway, honestly, like seriously good. Seriously
Yeah.
good. Like,
But how can they see?
they just know cues, don't they? They just know cues.
Yeah,
They-
but even if you know it, and
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
black, you're
yeah.
still going to be like bumping into stuff, surely.
yeah, I know. It's one of them. It must be a trick. There must be a trick
to get-
somewhere.
To get those timings right, like they do, and make that switch as
Yeah.
quickly as they do.
Oh.
Yeah, incidentally, if anybody's not done it and they are listening, spoilers, by the way.
Oh
but
yeah, I was about to
sorry.
say
Yeah, yeah. Spoilers alert. Even though it has been out for a while now, and we did show
Exactly,
it
yeah.
on Minecraft Alton Towers as well. So
And I've also discussed it in full length as well. But yeah, to actually get those changes as they do, it's just something else. It really is. It's just pure talent. So
What do you think about these whole like attractions? say like Thorpe Park, you know, when they just like they're not really rides, they just always get actors, and they always last about a year. They just stop doing it. You know, like Saw Live, and they did the
That's sinking, you know.
Subterra.
New,
That's sinking.
new water sports ramp.
New water sports ramp. Yeah, that came out of the Digital Dan podcast. That was funny.
Certainly did.
Everyone was saying it was sinking. Someone put, I can't remember, I'm sorry, I think it might have been someone called Ellie. I'm not sure. She did a thing on Twitter, like literally after of an image of Sora Live literally being a water sports ramp.
That was so funny, was that?
That was fantastic. Yeah, so thanks for that if you're listening. That was so funny. Big laugh. But yeah, no, I don't know. At first, I really disliked them because I'm all about coasters and rides.
Yeah.
It took me to do the London Dungeons and Two Swords at London to actually appreciate what other forms of entertainment there is inside Merlin.
Yes.
And I like them. I won't go out of my way. Like I was in York just before the lockdown. I could have gone to the dungeons, but decided not to. It's like I have to be in the mood. I know, but I want to go with you though. To be honest with you,
we'll do that.
I want to go with you because you know, like you'll set me up. Like James set me up for the Jack the Ripper scene perfectly in London. He literally went, "You sit there." I was like, "All right then." He literally the knife went woof right straight past. Like the light came right in my face. Yeah, set us up for that, Joe. That would.
I also know pretty much all the staff are there, including a few higher up ones. So I can definitely do that.
Yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that. And I hope that these attractions can reopen as well. I mean, I know they're indoors, but
likewise,
we just hope we can sort this out. As a country as well, and just really pull together and let's get through this. It's hard.
Have you seen that thing? Have you seen that thing where people are wearing them big giant inflatable donuts?
Yeah, they're
around.
wearing what they called pool noodles.
Yeah,
or something like that.
Those were 2 meters.
Yeah.
Walking around wearing it.
I saw someone on Facebook dressed up like the Predator, like full Predator get up. It just looked absolutely amazing.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
This guy just turned up to Sainsbury's in a Predator outfit, snapping pictures.
Did he start jumping on the racks?
I don't know if he did. He should have done if he didn't. But, yeah.
Did he say like, "Want some candy"?
Want some candy?
I ain't got time to bleed. Get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.
Using the trolley.
I'll be back.
Sanitizer.
Oh God.
Brilliant. No, but I do like them attractions a lot. They are cool, and I think there's a market for them, obviously, because how successful they are. Especially the wheel, the Ferris wheels that they do. Like I went on the Merlin wheel in Las Vegas, and that is phenomenal. That is massive. And I've not done the London Eye yet though, but that's maybe want to do the London Eye because I did the one in Vegas.
It's got ridiculous queue lines of that.
I went on the first time I went to South Bank, I went stupidly on a bank holiday, and I had a standard pass, so I didn't know at the time, the first time I had one, that you can't actually go on Merlin attractions unless you have a premium during bank holidays in August. So this was back then. I don't know if they still do the same thing, but
it's the same. It's exactly the same.
And they were like, you can go and try and get a ticket. I was like, well, I've got a pass. All right then. So I didn't. I went and did the dungeons instead. Thank God, because they let me in the dungeons, and it was epic. It was really good, and I enjoyed it. It was a really good weekend that weekend. Did Thorpe, Chairs, and South Bank in the same weekend. It was incredible. I just want to get back to it. Like, it's just so.
Likewise.
It's so like it's there. What's annoying is that it's there. Like Nemesis is sat there, Icon is sat there, and it should be moving right. Well, not right now, but it should be moving. At 9 a.m. and it's not.
I'd even settle for getting back on Hero right now. I mean, that's how bad that's how bad things have got. It's a coaster. I don't care. I just want to get back on one. I really do. So,
I suppose we were looking at the fact that we've already been to a theme park this year, though, because we
are.
Been to Blackpool, haven't we?
Yeah, we've all been. Yeah, we've all been to Blackpool. Got to ride Wallace and Gromit and Icon, which I'm pretty stoked about. So, I love Wallace and Gromit. That's another dark ride that doesn't get enough credit. That's a really good reimagining of the old gold mine. Yeah, it's cool. Did you ride the old gold mine? Both of you?
Didn't.
No?
I did, yeah.
Yeah? Do you remember the cafe? When you used to fly through the cafe?
Yep,
that was so cool. Apparently that's...
it's still there.
Is it still there? Is it when Gromit goes up in the rocket?
think it is. It's in that area, yeah, but it's been it's kind of walled up, but I think the actual cafe itself is still behind those walls.
Doesn't surprise me.
So, which is just weird, isn't it?
I'd love a backstage tour of that. I really would love a backstage tour of that.
I would as well.
All right.
Amazing.
All right. I think that's pretty much it for the podcast today, guys. It's 1 hour and 15 minutes.
I know, mate. We could.
I could go for hours.
We could go to Florida. We could go everywhere. Ventura. You know,
we could go
everywhere. This.
Is there anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to plug, Danny? This is your time to do it.
No, well, pretty much, like I say, make sure you do check out our Planet Coaster series with Digital Dan, which they're out every Sunday. I think this Sunday it's his park. I think it's his video. Yeah, just make sure you check them out. Also, we also got our Off the Tracks podcast on Fridays, which comes out tomorrow. We have, I don't know who we have. That's really bad. I should really know who I guess this. I can't remember.
Well, you've got that many. You don't. It's hard to keep up, you know.
And I do have a secret project coming very, very soon. So stay tuned, guys.
Nice.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe to the Theme Park family as well. Give them a like, send them the love over from CoasterGen, and let them know where you've come from as well. Likewise, Theme Park family subscribers, if you're coming over to CoasterGen, welcome. Let us know where you're from. Don't be afraid to talk in the chat when we do live streams as well. The community we have is fantastic. Join our Discord. Subscribe, follow our socials, hit that notification bell. It's important. Joe, plug away, mate.
Yep. So if you haven't already, and you are here for the first time tonight, one, thank you very much for joining us, and two, obviously, I hope you're doing well. But please come check us out over at Theme Park Insanity. We have plenty of content coming your way very, very soon. We've got so many brand new blog posts lined up. Lots of interesting topical debates with plenty more interviews. We have got the I'm a Score interview now too, so please do check that out. But you can find us on Facebook at TPI 2019, so come check that one out. We're also on Twitter at TPI 2019 and Instagram also at Theme Park Insanity. And we also do have a YouTube channel too, which we are going to be uploading content to again very, very soon too. So if you haven't already subscribed, please do, and also click that notification bell to ensure that you don't miss a thing. So thank you very much.
Wow, mine just sound really pants then.
I've been doing this for weeks, mate.
And I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's tuned in tonight, who keeps supporting CoasterGen and makes these kind of videos possible, so we can work with people like Danny from Theme Park Family and Digital Dan and everybody else. So if you guys are interested in coming on the podcast and you have a project going on, hit me up, let me know. We're going to try and work with as many people as possible. Dan, if you could direct us in any kind of direction with that, I'd really appreciate it. So we try and get some people on. Just let's talk the talk. Let's talk about theme parks. Let's let's grow the community, and let's everybody make sure everybody stays safe. All right, guys, we're out. So make sure you subscribe to our channel, hit that bell, follow us on all our socials. And for now, I've been Luke. He's been Joe from Theme Park Insanity. He's been Danny from Theme Park Family, and we'll catch you next time. See you later, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.